Hey there folks, today I want to tell you a little bit about Coffee Roaster. This is a premium solo game. This is the first solo only game that I've ever purchased. I enjoy some solo games and I was just curious to check this one out. Heard a lot of good things about it, saw some reviews of it. So basically what you are doing is it's a bag building game. If you're not familiar, you've got a bag with some different things in it, different contents, and so I can show you some of those contents it's worth taking a look at. So you've got this bag right here, you've got different contents in it, and you're trying to make the perfect blend of coffee. There's a bunch of coffees in here, there's over 20 of them, and so you choose one. So like this one right here is the very first one. It'll tell you what your starting contents are. It'll tell you what level the roast you're trying to get total, and a few other things right there. And they're ranked easy, medium, and hard with 1, 2, or 3 up in these corners. Beginner, I guess, is the first one. And then you've got this right here. So you've got your cup at the end right here that you're trying to get different things into to place all these different markers in here. So you can see all these markers, a bunch of different markers down here. They're organized really well in this box. I wish that there was a lid to it because I know that if I store it up and down like I like to store my games to get them out easily, everything's going to go everywhere. So I am going to have to figure out something, whether I use baggies or something like that. So that's a little bit of a downside. But overall, really impressive contents and everything. So we have these different coffee beans in here. We have a basically fresh bean. We've got a 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. So you can see all these different coffee beans. We've got this one, it says 0, and then you've got all the way up to 4. They look really nice, and it's really cool that they get darker and darker as they go. But as you're playing the game, you're roasting these different coffee beans, and so you may pull out a 0. So if I pull a 0 out of the bag, it's going to get roasted, and it's going to turn into a 1. So things are gradually going up. If you have a 4 and it goes up, it's actually going to turn into a burnt bean. So you don't want that. So you're trying to find that balance of what you want depending on the coffee you're trying to brew. And at any point in time when you think you're ready, you can pull those out and you're trying to, like in this one, you're trying to get a roaster number of 14. And so you pull them out and there's a few that you can choose not to use. So if you pull something bad out, like this bad boy, that's a bad token, you can set that aside. You can do that a certain amount of times depending on the game you're playing. And if you upgraded to the extra tray throughout the game or not. But basically you're trying to make your bag better and better as you go on. Take out some of the bad stuff if you can, add in some good stuff, and get to that number that you're trying to get, upgrade a few things along the way, and eventually get these out. Oh, it's a 3, perfect, I got a 3 right there, and you're looking at the number and you're trying to get that perfect coffee. I love the theme. I think it's super cool. I think it makes sense as I'm looking at this. So this will show you where your roasting level is, where your roasting level is, I guess. And so the game that you play here, you start at the 8, and so that means you're going to pull 8 of these out of the bag. So if I pull 8 of these out of the bag and they're all 0s, all 8 of those are going to turn into 1s, and there's some different specialty beans right here, all these little specialty beans that can do little things. So they've got one-time effects that they can do if you put them on this little board right here, or they've got some other effects that they can do where this one, the green one, you can preserve the bean. And so if I have a 4 and it's about to burn, I can preserve that bean instead and make sure it stays a 4. If I've got something else I really want to keep, I can preserve that so it doesn't cook. So this is basically when you're cooking or roasting the beans and they go up a level. These red ones, they go up 2 levels. So you're just trying to find that right point. But as you're going up, you draw more out of the bag. So I draw 8, and then I draw 9, and 10, 11, 12. So you're drawing more and more out of the bag, trying to get that perfect blend. And anytime when you're ready, you can say, I'm going to do a cupping, I'm going to go for it. And this is basically the end of the game. So you pull things out, and you have this little tray right here that you can see has 3 spots on it. You can upgrade throughout the game to get this 2 spot down here as well. but you have 3 that if you don't want to put it in your cup of coffee, let's say I get smoke right here, which is like bad, then you put it right there if you've got an open space for it. If you run out of spaces, you're going to have to put it in the coffee cup. But honestly, this is an incredibly fun, straightforward, very simple, easy game. I love the fact that there's so many different cards to work on. So it gives you so much to work on, improve, and that kind of thing. It's a super quick game. You can play a standard game, I guess, is where you play 3 of these cards and you make 3 of them. But you can so easily pull this out, play 1 card. It's such a quick game. I love that. It just, you can, I don't know, for my mind, just the puzzle of like, it has some actual strategy to it of what you're doing, the timing and all this, but it also has an element of luck, which I really like because it's really exciting when you get the right thing. And I just really like that. The fact that it's not 100% strategy, there's a little bit of a luck to it. I do really enjoy that. I know, hey, there's a good chance that I'm going to get the number I want, but I might get a smoke and I might have to redo this because I'm not getting the level I want. And it is a beat your score type game, and so there are you're shooting for the highest score you can get. But I really, really like this game. I've not played it all that much yet. I've actually not played any other cards except this one, but I've played it enough. I played that card 3 times, I guess, and I feel like I have a grasp enough to share what I'm sharing with you guys and let you know what it is about the game that I know. So it's a really, really fun game, really enjoyable. I love that mixture, again, of strategy and luck, that there is some of both of that. I love the bag building concept. It's super fun. I think the way you play just really makes sense, how the beans are actually getting roasted. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I love that you have so much content that can take you into the future as well. So theme, all that, just I feel like it really works well for me. So if you are looking for a solo game, I would highly recommend Coffee Roaster. Taking a look at that, maybe watching a few more videos, but I am really, really loving this game. So hopefully that gives you a nice touch and a taste of what this game is, what it does, and why it may or may not be right for you. Thanks.